Hello there my quilty friends, Joy Quilting here. I'm going to talk to you today about the 3-step zigzag stitch. And here you can see where I've used it to quilt. Alright, you can see the 3 steps in it there. And here I've used it along the middle of a bag handle to give it a little bit more reinforcement. I've used it as top stitching along the edge of this block keeper. Okay, this is another block keeper and I've used it as top stitching again. I've used it to go along the centre of the handle that I made, and I've also used it to join wadding together. Now this particular 3-step zigzag is a slightly rounded one. There's 2 on my machines, a very angular one and a rounded one. Okay, on my machine it's this one, number 4 there on my machine. It'll depend on your machine which number it is, but the number 2 is a basic zigzag and the number 4 is the 3-step one. And if I go down a little bit, we will come to number 16, which is the second one that I've got. And one of those, well, that one is the very angular one and the other one is a little bit more rounded. You'll have to play about and see what you've got on your machine. So I'm just going to set my machine now onto that number 16, and when you at default setting, this is how it stitches. So that's, I'll show you in a minute, but that's fairly close together. But for the way I use it, I take the stitch length up. My stitch length goes from 0 to 5 on my machine, and the default setting for this stitch is number 1. I'm taking it up to number 3. Okay. There you go, and there's the difference between the 1 and the 3. It opens it up having a longer stitch length because each stitch is longer. If I did the same thing with a normal zigzag, okay, on number 1 would be that, and if I move that up to 3, then you wouldn't get the same effect because there's only 1 stitch in between. There we are, if you can see what I mean there. See, this is on number 3 of a zigzag, and that's number 3 of a 3-step because each stitch is bigger. I'm now going to join 2 pieces of wadding together. Well, it's actually fabric with wadding on the back. That's a normal zigzag, and then I'm going to go down to my 3-step. It's a really quick stitch to sew. See, and that's the difference. The top is just the zigzag and this one is the 3-step zigzag, so you've got 3 stitches in between each one. And I find this a really useful stitch. I use it, well, as I've shown you, an awful lot. So you're going from normal zigzag, which is 1 stitch, 1 stitch, 1 stitch, to 3-step zigzag, which is stitch, 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 stitch. So have a look where it is on your sewing machine and try it out and have a little bit of fun. Bye.